against Tampa yesterday.
A very exciting game. First game to kick off the tournament was an overtime thriller.
Oh, yeah. And they are off. We've got a little bit of a scrum start today,
but we are. Kilman still working through the pack. Kill shot out.
Yes, right. Kilman is coming around for that second pass. Those beekeepers are lined up. We've got a little bit of offense being played by 1-6. That is Betty Ford Cynic. And the beekeepers are out, but the jam is called before they can score any points.
Very good start to this game by Carolina. 4-0 jam. Looks like Jam Room and Rolling Thunder up to the line. Your jammers of record. Five seconds to call by the jam timer.
All right, everyone's lining up, getting into position, and they are going. Rolling Thunder working his way to the front of that pack, only to get recycled. Jam Room still fighting at the back. And Rolling Thunder is out as lead.
There we go. Cap is off, looking for a pass maybe. And looks like a pass has successfully taken place. Tank is your jammer of record for Carolina Wreckage. Trying to work through that wall. Very stout wall. 4 people, 4 skaters holding them back. While Rolling Thunder racks up 4 points on this jam.
All right, 4-4. We are tied. Rolling Thunder coming around for another pass. Well, somebody...
that's going to be another 4 points for the St. Louis Beekeepers, going up 8-4.
Yeah, it looks like we have a star pass, and number 934 is now jammer for Carolina Wreckage. And that is another 4 points.
934.
Yes. And that is another 4 points for Rolling Thunder, while Tank is fighting their way up at the back of that pack. St. Louis has pulled into the lead. Rolling Thunder fighting against 0-3 at the top. Has made it up. 4 more points. And it appears we have another penalty called. We have one skater from each team in the box right now. That is, I believe, number 1-8, tore a new one for Carolina Wreckage. And I can't quite make out the number of the block.
And a 20-point jam for Rolling Thunder.
Oh, Jesus. Rolling Thunder coming around on another scoring pass. We have the St. Louis Beekeepers starting the next jam with 1 blocker in the box. That was a 23-point jam for the St. Louis Beekeepers.
That's nothing to sneeze at, Jock.
Absolutely.
Although it's very cold in here, I might start sneezing.
Indeed. I think I might need to blow my nose.
Say, Jock, did I tell you about the limbo player who walked into a bar?
No, you have not.
They lost.
All right. Okay, we have number 2-1 jamming for the St. Louis Beekeepers. That is
Wild Style out of the pack.
We have number 1-3 for St. Louis Beekeepers out of the box on the track. Wild Style is getting caught in that Carolina Wreckage wall on the second pass as Hal Earnhardt breaks out to score some points.
Check the officials. Looks like 2 points.
Yep.
St. Louis Beekeepers out to an early lead, 25-4. Your score. Still just under 26 minutes left in the first half.
All right, and we have a new junior for St. Louis Beekeepers up on the track. That is number 113, Slam I Am, against a familiar face for Carolina Wreckage. That is number 5000, Kilman. Some fast footwork from Slam I Am, working their way up off those 45 degrees, but that Carolina Wreckage wall is recycling real quick, and Kilman takes the lead. Oh, did you see that apex jump?
I did. It was hard to miss it. It's he went quite high.
Yes, Kelman's got legs for days, but Slytherin is now jammer. We have a star pass for the St. Louis Beekeepers, and they are making their way around to score some points. However, that jam has been called before they can make it into the pack, and that is an 8-point jam for Kelman.
Yeah, Beekeeper's doing very well at capping, at keeping the packs moving and fluid and trapping those jammers. But Kilman, an excellent job of being patient, waiting, stacking up bodies, and then taking the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, those fast-moving Beekeepers walls are no joke to get through. You got to be quick on your feet. Oh, did you see how number 30 just jumped around?
A straightaway jump. Impressive.
Yes, and that is trauma for the Beekeepers. I'll let you know.
Jam Room tries the same thing, does not find success, and finds the box instead.
Ooh, that, you know what that means?
Is that a hard jump?
All right, Trauma is
Question
coming
mark?
back around. Punctuation matters, y'all. All right, Trauma is working their way around, some fancy footwork as they're really stringing out that wreckage wall, and that is another 4 points. Looks like we have 2 skaters for Carolina Wreckage back on the track now, putting up a bit more of a fight.
Jam Room back on the track. Both jammers inbounds, upright for now. And the jam is ended.
Yeah. And that was a 10-point jam for Trauma there. Again, super impressed by just that hop on the straightaway. I'll let you know right now, if I was a blocker and that happened to me, I'd be pretty traumatized.
Yes, let's call that move the traumatize.
All right, and now we have Hella Earnhardt jamming for Carolina Wreckage against Rolling Thunder for the Beekeepers. Let's see if Rolling Thunder... Oh, it looks like they might be able to keep that winning streak going as they've secured lead again. If you don't remember Rolling Thunder from their last jam, they did score 23 points on it, so...
Rolling Thunder looking fleet of foot, just bouncing around, needing millimeters of space. Getting lead jammer, and then now out again, but not alone. Joining Rolling Thunder is Hell Earnhardt. Oh! A little jammer on jammer, nothing wrong with that.
We love to see it. It looks like they might be running that jam, trying to get that last blocker out of the box before calling it. And that is 4 more points for Rolling Thunder. The Hell Earnhardt isn't far behind. Oh, okay. Looks like someone's been called to the box.
And that's going to be Tank going to the box, leaving an advantage for Rolling Thunder, who picks up the points.
All right, and that is 47 for the St. Louis Beekeepers for 19 for Wreckage. That is a 12-point jam for Rolling Thunder and a 7-point jam for Hell Earnhardt.
You know, Jock, I've got to say I really appreciate the hosts here. They have left some hot hands hand warmers for us. Boy, do we need them.
Absolutely. Thank you to everyone who was willing to come out and visit us in our cold warehouse. All right, and that is Kilman securing the lead again with that quick footwork. Wild Style is jamming for the Beekeepers. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, Kilman not having any issues getting lead jammer and not having any issues using that fancy footwork to get around packs.
Wild Style.
And then here we go. Oh!
All right.
Excellent work on the apexes. Oh!
All right, it looks like someone might have been sent to the box at the end of that jam. It looks like folks are figuring some things out.
Carolina fielding their salty dog rotation of Toro Newen, Cambo, and Toto.
All right, and it looks like the Kelman was sent to the box at the end of that jam. And Slam I Am is jamming for the Beekeepers, trying to work their way up, but is getting recycled by Tank. Meanwhile, that Beekeepers pivot is sent to the box. All right, that Wreckage wall is reforming real quick. All right, and Kilman is out and secures lead after coming out hot from that box. Oh, and they just really cut through that wall. Meanwhile, Sam I Am is not that far behind. Coming around, both jammers are on a scoring pass. And that looks like it was maybe a 6-point jam for Carolina Wreckage.
6-point jam, not bad when your jammer's starting out in the box.
Absolutely, no, I can't imagine. I'd be so tired.
All right, let's see if we get another straightaway jump from the Traumatizer.
Yeah. Personally, I'm obsessed. All right. Okay. Trauma is lead again after pushing that that Wreckage wall right up to that pivot line.
And Betty Ford Cynic, number 1-6 for Carolina, going to the box for a multiplayer block. With his jammer.
Yeah, that is 2 Carolina blockers in the box right now. But the jammer has gotten out, is coming around. Breaking through for that first 4 points. Sam I Am also out super quick. And that is 8 points for Sam I Am and 4 for Jam Room.
Say, Jock, do you think number 814 for St. Louis wears Thunderwear?
Well, I don't know about that, but I do hope they're having fun. Oh, and that is Hell Earnhardt getting the lead for Carolina Wreckage. You know, I'm not an expert, but I'd say they are giving that St. Louis all hell. Meanwhile, Rolling Thunder has been called to the box on a cut track. That is a really nice run back by number 18 for the Beekeepers on Hell Earnhardt. Oh, but did you see that work on the line?
Did fancy footwork, spinning along the inside line, getting out. Your lead jammer, Hell Earnhardt.
All right, and that is an attempted sweep by the Carolina Wrecking Balls, but that is still another run back on Hell Earnhardt. Both walls here are giving it their all. Ooh.
Oh, that's...
Alrighty, looks like folks took a pretty big tumble right there, but everyone's back on their feet.
Rumbling and tumbling. Very unfortunate that Rolling Thunder wasn't able to stay in bounds. The hand is out, that's fine, but I think a hip or maybe an elbow hit, forcing them to recycle to the back.
All right, and that jam ends with 8 points earned by Hell Earnhardt. All right, this next jam is starting with Kilman for Carolina Wreckage against Wildstyle again.
Oh. And that looks like an official timeout. Thankfully, we have our jam timer here to let us know with the curled arms to the, is that the trapezius area?
Yeah, it looks like some traps. We're
The
athletes.
lats? No, lats are on the bottom. Traps are on the
Yeah,
top.
lats are on your sides there. I
I've
think.
never been to a gym.
We're athletes, we know what we're talking about.
Say, Jock, do you know the difference between a reindeer and a knight in shining armor?
No, what is it?
One is slaying a dragon, and the other is dragging a sleigh.
Alright, well, we are... Oh, I was going to give you some stats, but it looks like everyone is lining up and getting ready to go again. Alright, it looks like we've got a little bit of a scrum, and then Kilman really kind of zips ahead and takes that lead. Wildstyle is fighting at the top of that pack. Looks like he's got now as that no pack is called, and Kilman is catching up after scoring those 4 points as Wildstyle's coming around on that first scoring pass, but Kilman calls it off. That is a 4 for Carolina that jam and 0 for St. Louis.
Yeah, great job by Carolina there to get those points, watch Wildstyle be held at the top of the pack, and then call off in due time.
I'm very bad at math, but if my math is not mistaken, it does look like so far Kilman is the highest scoring jammer this game.
Much better jamming style than I have. My jamming style is get knocked out of bounds on the outside and spend somewhere around 45 seconds trying to recycle back.
I disagree. I think your jamming style is having a good time and making sure everyone has a good time with you.
Okay, well that's also my after party style.
All right. Jam Room was recycled to the back as Slam I Am is also getting recycled. Oh, that was some offense played by Slaytoven to keep Slam I Am from getting pushed back too far. Slaytoven is still working their way through, trying to play O for that jammer, while Jam Room is stuck in the back of that wall, getting trapped by a Beekeeper's wall.
2 stout walls going here, Jock. We are down to getting very close to a minute with no lead jammer.
Oh, God, that is a rough place to be in.
These are 2 rough walls to go up against, it looks like.
And that is some offense played by number 1-8 again. 1-8 is trying their best to get their jammer out. All right, it looks like number 1-8 was called to the box on that, though. Meanwhile, Slam I Am is getting recycled back as Jam Room takes the lead. We've got St. Louis trying to work through and play some offense before getting prepared to take that hit from Jam Room.
St. Louis Beekeepers doing a great job of knocking the jammer to the line and then very reactionary, dropping somebody back quickly. Oh! Unable to get the jammer all the way to the line, leaving a little bit of space, and Jam Room is out. Jam Room, your lead jammer.
Right, and we have got some more recycling action going here on Slam I Am. I would like to just call attention to how close we have a lead change.
Lead change! Social. Drink them if you got them.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, you can really just tell with how close the score is. Like, these are some very evenly matched walls, and I think especially in the jams where it takes so long for a lead to be declared.
And great job by Jam Room getting 8 points there, showing patience, really having a tough go for that first minute, but then making use of those opportunities as the jam wore on.
Absolutely. All right. Trauma is back in the mix.
Trauma?
And I believe that is Hell Earnhardt again. Both jammers with a pretty good lead ratio so far. So we'll see who makes it through, and it is Trauma.
Trauma, your lead jammer record here for the St. Louis Beekeepers. Not to be outdone, Hell Earnhardt burning up the track. The Intimidator.
Yeah, and that is a quick call off from Trauma before Hell Earnhardt is able to hit that wall again with 4 points for the Beekeepers. You know that in drive card?
Oh, it looks like yep, there we go. I believe that's a lead change.
Hey.
Social, drink them if you got them.
All right, that is Kilman against Rolling Thunder again. Two very high-scoring jammers, two very fast jammers, two very tall jammers. All right, and they are both running up, but that is some very strong chest blocking from Tank, who was pivoting for Carolina Wreckage. Really just stopped Rolling Thunder in his tracks there as Kilman has come around with 4 points.
Wow, Kilman does not need much at all in terms of space, do they? They are absolutely working those toe stops, keeping their body in great position to not be pushed out of bounds and to be able to sprint straight out.
Yeah, and they are ahead in the lead of the Beekeepers once more. And that is an 8-point jam for Kilman.
Say, Jock, have I told you that Mal has been nagging me to try spelunking?
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to, but finally I caved.
All right, now we got Wild Style jamming against Jam Room. Oh, and that was some quick off the line for Jam Room by a Carolina blocker in the red helmet. I can't quite get their number, but they are really giving Wild Style a run for the money right now.
That looks like rock solid out there.
Yeah,
129.
Let me tell you, they look solid. All right, and Wild Style's coming back around. Getting those points, working their way up, and that is 4 points for Wild Style. Jam Room is still in that wall, calls it off.
Jam Room, your lead jammer of record, getting 4 points in that jam, but giving up 4 points to the Beekeepers. Not a bad trade-off, but you'd like 4-0 there, probably.
Well, hey, you missed all the shots you didn't take. All right, Slam I Am is back on the track against Hell Earnhardt. The score is still very close. We have a less than a 10-point gap between these teams.
Yeah, doing great here, Jock. We've got just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Your score, 72, Carolina Wreckage, 263, St. Louis Beekeepers. Both teams with all of their allotted timeouts and having a good time on the track. Doesn't look like there's any fatigue that's going to cause them to take one lane. Oh, are they? Oh, well, that is that little blinking dot there.
Oh, that's what that means.
Learn something new every day.
It was only a couple games ago where I found out that the little number next to the big number was how many points they earned per jam.
All right. That is the swoop and whistle from the jam timer. Next whistle should start the jam.
All right. These blockers are poised to take some hits.
5 seconds to call by the jam timer.
All right, and here they are going. Some quick 45s, really sneaking up on the line. That is a run back on Slam I Am, and Hell Earnhardt has gotten the lead for Carolina Wreckage. Slam I Am is still pushing their way up as Hell Earnhardt grabs 4 points.
Hell Earnhardt taking advantage of a wall that was distracted and moving around that apex like it is home.
And we did have a quick star pass there. Slaytoven ended at that jam as the jammer for the Beekeepers.
Say, Jock, did I tell you that I found out why fish live in salt water?
That.
Because pepper makes them sneeze.
All right, 8 minutes left on this clock. We have Kilman jamming against Trauma. This is not a matchup we have seen very often, if at all, so far, and I believe these are some of the jammers who have gotten lead most for their teams.
And Trauma's out, your lead jammer of record. Kilman stuck behind the pack, not where Kilman is used to being. Oh, that's a little bit more familiar.
Yep. Can I just say, Another traumatizing event from Trauma.
Trauma.
All right, that was a quick call off. That is 0 points for Kilman and
Looks like 2 points for St. Louis, 3 points.
3.
3. I did not see the thumb.
All right, now Jam Room is jamming against Rolling Thunder. I do believe Rolling Thunder might be the highest scoring jammer for St. Louis so far, if my math is right. And let's see if he can rack up some more points now, because he just got lead.
Rolling Thunder, your lead jammer of record. No problem getting out of the pack the first time. Having a little trouble with this Carolina wall that's a little better together this time. Carolina wall giving their jammer a chance to get out.
Oh, and it looks like Jam Room has gotten called on a forearm.
Sajok,
Yeah.
do you know what that makes this?
Is it a power jam for the St. Louis Beekeepers?
Power jam for Rolling Thunder. Stacking points. We're looking at 8 right now. Still a minute and 10 seconds to go. Jammer in the box, sitting comfortably.
This game is so close, it's crazy. Oh, and that was a massive hit out by number 8 to a one for Carolina Wreckage. Yeah, it looks like the Beekeepers are really trying to figure out balancing playing offense versus catching Jam Room, because Jam Room is not a joke.
Rolling Thunder knocked out of bounds, deciding to call the jam. Looks like the jammer is out of the box for Carolina, but they do have 1 blocker remaining, so this will be a 4-3 advantage for St. Louis going into jam number 19.
And they are only 2 points behind now. Wild card, you know what that means? They might have another lead change.
A lead change, my goodness.
Yeah, y'all are crazy out there. All of these games, I feel like, have been so close for the most part. All right, Helen Hart in the back. Oh, that was some quick work on the line, and they are lead while Wild Style is not far behind.
Wild Style right behind, but great body awareness by Hell Earnhardt to be able to spin out of those hits along that inside line. Great job.
Yeah, that was crazy, and that is 1 point for Carolina Wreckage, bringing 3 points ahead of the Beekeepers.
All right, Jock, that brings us under 5 minutes of game time left. Your score, 81, Carolina Wreckage, 78, St. Louis Beekeepers. Going into jam number 20. Say, Jock, why did the bird go to the hospital?
Why did the bird go to the hospital?
To get treatment.
All right, that was a very quick suck back by the Beekeepers on Kilman. That is not a thing that you see happen very often. Normally Kilman can sneak out before then, and they are really fighting them at the top. And Kilman has secured lead once again.
Familiar position for Kilman.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like both teams have a blocker in the box. Sam I.M. has gotten out, not far behind, and that is a call-off.
All right, looks like our jammers are going to be Jam Room and Trauma.
All right, that is another timeout.
That looked like a curled arm to the shoulders area. Official timeout.
Another quick reminder, after party location has been changed to the pizza room.
The pizza spot.
Pizza spot, not the pizza room.
The jam spot and the pizza room.
Yes. Plenty of room to get into fights in the parking lot if you still need to.
Yep. We do not have waivers. That is not a sanctioned activity, but we are in the parking lot of a Waffle House, so anything goes.
Get the full Georgia experience while you're here.
Yeah, that's more of a North Florida swamp city thing.
All right, we are waiting.
Are we describing bath salts? What are we doing? Yes, you and Marjorie Taylor.
I'm afraid that is not our congressional district, so we can neither confirm nor deny.
Hold on. Oh, there's a swooping whistle bringing us out of the timeout and back to regulation game time.
All right.
The next whistle starts the jam. 5 seconds to call by the jam timer.
All right, we've got everyone doing a lot of really quick position changes right before that whistle. Oh, did you see that footwork on the line by Jamrim to get lead? All right, that was a very quick call off. While we are here, we would like to give a huge shout out to our medics, our officials, our NSOs.
Yeah, huge thanks to our medics for keeping us safe, keeping us skating, watching over us.
Absolutely.
Say, Jock.
Yeah.
How do crabs get to school?
I don't know.
They use their sidewalk.
And again, huge thank you to our medics for taking care of us. All right. We just have a tad over 3 minutes left on that game clock now. Still very close score.
All right, both teams getting set. Got the go-ahead from medics, and we are going to go ahead and get started here.
I believe that next whistle's going to start the jam. More jockeying for position at the last second. I love that. Never let them know your next move. Zag on them. Oh, some jammer on jammer pushing there. Drama at the back, working their way up, trying to sneak up on that outside line, but they are getting run back. And Jammer gets lead. Wait, no, they took their star off, so they did not get lead. Your lead is Trauma. Oh, never mind. I didn't know that Trauma had already earned lead. Good job, Trauma.
Right, Trauma with the lead, but a 0-0 jam. Gonna reset here, just clock ticking down close to 2 minutes. Your score, Carolina Wreckage 85, St. Louis Beekeepers 78. Here going into jam number 23.
All right, and that is Rolling Thunder against Hell and Hearts. All right, Hell and Heart trying to sneak up on that inside line. Rolling Thunder trying to push up. Really fighting with that Wreckage wall. Getting run back. Up, and it looks like 0. That is Cambo for the Carolina Wrecking Balls. Has been called to the box. Wow, this is a crazy game. Rolling Thunder did get lead, but it's getting run back.
I think there was some confusion by Rolling Thunder on whether or not the blocker had also stepped out of bounds. Decided to be safe and not put his team at a disadvantaged position by sending himself to the box. Just went ahead and recycled to the back.
And you know what? That is so real, because half the time I don't know either.
Yeah, there's a lot of points of articulation and a lot of different things to pay attention to here in a roller derby game.
Yep. And it looks like he is on his first scoring pass now. And we have a really quick star pass. And Campbell is now your jammer for Carolina Wreckage. Real sneaky there. I don't think anyone quite saw what was happening until it already happened. And that was 4 points for Rolling Thunder, 2 for Campbell.
A little delayed on the call off, but still a good jam. 4-2 in favor of the St. Louis Beekeepers. Looking like we're going to get into our last jam of this half, jam number 24. Your score, 87, Carolina Wreckage to 82, St. Louis Beekeepers.
Yep. Oh, the walls are changing up. It looks like both decided to start on the front this go around. Haven't seen a lot of that lately. Well, it's jammed against Kilman. And Kilman is up front once again as lead.
Kilman shot out of a cannon, but not to be outdone wild style. Out of the pack, looking to maybe score a point before the jam is called. And doesn't look like that'll happen.
Yep, that is another 4 points for Kilman.
All right, looks like we are heading into intermission. That is going to wrap up our first.
Yep. All right. We got folks jockeying for position. Both jammers are trying to take that inside line. It looks like Trauma won that contest and is pushing up ahead and has secured a lead. All right, and that is a very quick call-off as Kilman caught up with them. We love a high five between jammers.
A little jammer on jammer encouragement there to end the jam.
Not beating each other up.
Wow.
All right, now we've got Rolling Thunder against Jam Room again. Can I just say I am a huge fan of Jam Room's leggings. I love the dinosaur bones. They are everything. All right. We are getting started again. Both these walls are putting up a pretty big fight. Ooh.
Rolling Thunder is out, but Carolina does a good job of getting back in front of them. Struggling now.
And Jam Room is lead. Rolling Thunder is going back around again. Oh, but it looks like number 113, Thomas the Train, is going to the box after running them back.
All right. Looks like Carolina blocker 113 went to the box for stabbing. I didn't quite hear the call, but that's what it sounded like.
And it looks like Rolling Thunder is coming back around and has gotten 4 points. Meanwhile, Jam Room is getting run back by number 4-1. That is Carry the Hatchet. All right, that St. Louis wall is really doing their best to trap Jam Room on the inside line, but he gets out again on the outside. And that is an 8-8 point jam.
All right, keeping it even, keeping it copacetic. Oh no, it is a 10-8 in favor of St. Louis.
Oh.
Slight score adjustment there on the scoreboard.
Now, Rolling Thunder racking up those points.
And the call by the jam timer, 5 seconds.
All right, Helen Hudge jamming against Wild Style. Oh, also a quick fun game fact. Our scoreboard stats person over to our right, Brian F. Kennedy, mentioned that there have been very few jams this game where both teams have scored points. So,
that's true. Some big point jams from St. Louis, some consistency from Carolina in terms of point scoring. And here's some more with Hal Earnhardt, your lead jammer of record.
Yes, Hal Earnhardt has been earning lead quite a bit this game. Oh, and that is some fancy footwork, getting out of the pack. Wild Style isn't far behind, though.
Wild Style lost the hat briefly, found it again.
Yeah, it's a very quick call off. Yeah, all good. Great minds think alike. Oh, and that is a 6 point jam for Hell Earnhardt and a 0-point jam for the Beekeepers, meaning Carolina Wreckage has made it over the 100-point mark.
That's right, your first team here to 100 points, Carolina Wreckage. 5 seconds to call by the jam timer.
All right, and it looks like we're seeing Kilman and Trauma being paired up against each other a lot more now. That is two very strong jammers. And Kilman takes the lead. That was some very strong defense played by that Carolina wall. Trauma is not far behind, though. And that was a quick call off. That is 2 points, I think, for Kilman and 0 for Trauma.
Say, Jock, did I tell you that I was working in the yard the other day and had a friend come by?
You were working in the yard?
I was. They told me that horse manure is great for strawberries.
And why is that?
I don't know. And I told him, you might be right, but I still prefer whipped cream.
All right. Slam I Am is working their way up, but number 5, Ron Jam Rim secures lead once again. Yeah. All right. Those walls are getting pretty split up with Beekeepers and Carolina bridging. All right. Slam I Am makes it out on their initial. Jam Rim's coming around and calls it before they can hit the wall. And that is 2 points. 2 more points.
Looks like 3. There was a thumb we didn't see because of the angle.
Oh.
Refs always have the best angle.
Sneaky thumbs. All right. That is Rolling Thunder and Hell Earnhardt. All right, and we have a Carolina. All right, and it looks like Hell Earnhardt has been sent to the box. Hey, wild card. What happens when one of the jammers gets sent to the box?
I believe we call that a power jam.
All right. However, Rolling Thunder still fighting their way up to the lead. Still working on it. We've got the Beekeepers trying to get a go in the back. Didn't quite work out. Rolling Thunder is getting recycled again.
Oh, and a nifty little jump there.
And Rolling Thunder is lead. Coming around. Let's see if they can grab those 4 points before anything happens. Oh, and Hell Earnhardt has snagged 4 more points. Meanwhile, a Rolling Thunder Lulu Jammer is still caught in that wall, but calls it before Hell can come around again.
Yeah, great work there by Hell Earnhardt. Consistency, speed, really attacking those walls. Great work. Your score right here at a little under 23 minutes left to go in the game. Carolina Wreckage, 114. St. Louis Beekeepers, 96.
All right, we've got a timeout going on here.
And it looks like an official review.
Ooh.
Say, Jock, what do you think they're reviewing?
Roller skating.
Okay.
Let's see. They are talking.
I like to imagine that they're discussing their favorite episode of Taskmaster.
Well, what is your favorite episode of Taskmaster?
All of them.
I'm going to say my favorite episode of Taskmaster is actually the Game Changer parody of their episode.
I'm not familiar with this. Tell me.
It is a show where they do a different reality TV style game every episode, so the game always changes. Yes.
My favorite seasons are the one with Noah Felding. Noel Fielding?
I thought it was Fielding.
Fielding. Noah
I don't know.
Fielding.
Don't trust me on that.
I'm gonna get away from the light now. Say, Jock, did I tell you that every time I go to work, I like to hide?
What are you hiding from?
Well, nothing really, but good employees are hard to find.
Gotta keep them guessing. Gotta zag on them. While we are hanging out here, why don't we give another shout out to our officials? Oh wait, we got news here. All right. We've got news from the officials. It appears that the Beekeepers requested a cut call on the right jammer on the straightaway, but after a meeting in lines, they have determined that the skate was on the tape and there was no cut.
And that's the tail of the tape on that official review.
All right, and we are playing some derby again. Kilman is out in the lead.
They managed to slow Kilman down for a moment, but that exceptional balance led Kilman to holding their position and then spreading out, getting lead jammer.
Yep, too fast, too quick. All right. 4 points for both jammers there. Someone's been called on a penalty and go into the box.
And that is going to be a penalty on number 02, Toto, taking the long way to the box.
All right, now both walls are really sinking in there. Running back, Wild Style and Kilman. And Wild Style is out with 4 more points. Kilman is still trying to get through, and Kilman calls it. And it looks like that was an 8 to 8 point jam. All right, now this is a jammer pairing we haven't seen much of so far. Semi-Am for the Beekeepers is jamming against Jam Room. Both jammers are jockeying for position. The Wrecking Balls have trapped Semi-Am up front as number 1-3 tries to play some quick O, but is forced back to bridge for their own wall, while Jam Room is pushing up in the back, taking the outside line and securing lead.
Jam Room with the expert little side straddle along the outside line, kicking those feet, getting themselves lead jammer.
Yep. Meanwhile, Semi-Am is still fighting against number 02, I believe that is Toto, and getting out on their initial, ready to score some points. Let's see if they can before Jam Room calls that jam. All right, and that was 4 points for Jam Room, that jam, and 0 for the Beekeepers.
Say, Jock, are there any television programs you'd like to shout out that you've been watching recently? Any binge watches you've done?
We've been rewatching The X-Files. What about you?
That's pretty rad. Frieren, if you're familiar. Very good little anime.
Yeah.
Very fun. Very touching. Very slice of life. Post Dungeons and Dragons adventuring party.
I hear there are elves. All right. Oh, looks like those jammers are both stuck. That is a whole situation. Very helpful information, I know. 5150 is really giving Helen Hart a run for their money. Trauma has secured lead again. Yeah, coming around, trying to get out on the outside line. Oh, did you see that?
An incredible jump.
Yes, number 1-8 for Carolina Wrecking Balls tried to hit Trauma out, but just missed because of that fancy footwork. That was crazy to watch. And it looks like there was a start pass for the Wrecking Balls. Cambo is now the jammer. And Trauma is fighting up ahead.
And not to be outdone, your former pivot is Cambo, now jammer. Trying to get some points here. Will Trauma let them?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It looks like they might be trying to get that one more blocker out of the box.
And a little bit of a delay, but your lead jammer, Trauma, calling. But a helpful reminder was given and reciprocated.
We'd love to see it.
Love to see it. Say, Jock, did I tell you that I asked for Matador equipment for Christmas?
You're not giving up roller derby for bullfighting, are you?
Nope, but Mal did tell me it's a big red flag.
All right. Now we've got Killman jamming against Rolling Thunder. Killman has secured lead. Rolling Thunder is still fighting up on that inside line, driving through that pack. Meanwhile, we've got some attempted offense being played by 113 for the Wrecking Balls. Successful offense. Both jammers are out. Oh, and we've got some jammer-on-jammer action as Rolling Thunder is hot on Killman's heels. That was a crazy apex jump, and that is 4 more points for Killman. Meanwhile, Rolling Thunder has been sent to the box.
And Killman with the tight rope, walk around the rope on the outside apex.
Yep, that is 12 points for Killman so far this jam. And they are coming back around, getting run back by Slay Tobin. Feeding them up into that wall. Oh!
And it looked like Killman was looking for a little high there.
Yep. Yes, that is a quick moving ball by the Beekeepers. Trapping Killman in that pain pocket. Meanwhile, Rolling Thunder is fighting up at the top, but Killman gets through again, scoring 4 more points. And Rolling Thunder is sent back to the box again this jam. And Killman calls it, racking up 19 points.
Checking the officials' fingers. Looks like we're going to maybe add some more to this.
Ooh.
Is that going to be 3 more?
That was Carolina's highest scoring jam by almost double. Thank you so much to Brian F. Kennedy for the stats.
That's very good. That's what you want to see late in the game. Team really coalescing, their walls having great success, and their jammers able to find the slimmest margins to exploit.
I feel like as a jammer, your goal is always to become two-dimensional. And Jam Room is out, securing lead for Carolina Wrecking Balls. All right, fighting through. That's 4 more points. Yeah, oh, and okay, it looks like Rolling Thunder is opting to skate the long way around and gain some momentum before hitting that Carolina wall, trying to drive up that in. Meanwhile, Jam Room is stuck, getting held in the back by that Beekeeper's wall. And that was a penalty called on Cambo, who is now in the box. And Rolling Thunder has made it out on his initial pass.
All right, clock ticking down here, around 14 minutes. Your score, 160 for Carolina Wreckage, 114 for the St. Louis Beekeepers. We are going to go into Jam 12 with potentially a jammer in the box, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. Jam Room will be starting the jam in the box. 5 seconds to call by the jam timer.
All right, we've got some immediate offense being played by the Beekeepers, trying to clear the way for that jammer. Looks like they're holding in the back, trying to get the wrecking balls to break pack.
Say, Jock.
Yeah?
Do you know what it is when a jammer starts in the box, or is in the box?
A bad time.
It's a power jam!
All right, and it does look like Wildstyle made it out to secure lead. And that power jam is over with Jam Room out of the box, fighting up. And Wildstyle is out. That is 4 points for the Beekeepers. And Jam Room has gotten out on their initial, ready to come around and make some points. All right, and it looks like someone's getting sent to the box.
And Wildstyle out of the box again, or out of the pack again, picking up now 8 points for this jam. Followed closely behind by Jam Room with 4.
All right, we've got some offense being played. A lot of scuffling in the walls. All right, Wildstyle is rigging their way. Oh, that was some fancy footwork. Oh, they almost made it out, only to be hit out by number 03. That is Bulldozer Her. All right, and that is that jam.
All right, and that's going to be points for both jammers there. Say, Jock, did I tell you I accidentally swallowed some Scrabble tiles?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but my next trip to the bathroom could spell disaster.
I mean, we're playing roller derby. Any trip to the bathroom could spell disaster.
That is true.
All right. We have Helen Hart jamming against Slim I Am. Yes, it's got some very fast-moving walls here, and Helen Hart secures lead. Coming around, Slim I Am still trying to make it out. And that was a forearm call on number 8-7 for the Beekeepers, as they tried to catch her out on that outside line. Didn't quite make it. However, Slim I Am has made it out on their initial pass. And that's the jam.
All right, checking the officials' hands here. Looks like it's going to be a 4-0 jam in favor of Carolina Wreckage. Going to go to our official rule consultant. Tell us, Braun, what's the difference between forearms and jabbing?
Jabbing falls under the classification of misconduct for actions that are designed to injure an opponent. The primary difference there being that any such actions do not require game impact. Simply doing them is enough to go to the box.
Sounds like every penalty I've ever had. Thank you, Braun.
I still can't get over when you got a forearm in the penalty proof called. All right, Kilman. Oh, really just kind of skated by those blockers like it was nothing, getting a quick 4 more points for Carolina Wreckage. We've got 10 minutes left on the clock here. Jam Room jamming against Rolling Thunder. Just one more reminder while we're, doing things here in between the last 2 games. Everyone who's been a skater this weekend, please join us on the track for a group photo. All right. Wow, it looks like we still don't have lead. Oh, we do have lead. It's Rolling Thunder.
That is right. Rolling Thunder, your lead jammer of record, and making his way through the pack, following closely behind the Star Pass jammer. Looks like Rock Solid. And tore a new one. Did a back block. All right.
Well, at least it didn't tear a new one. At least it didn't tear a new one.
Say, Jock, what do you call recently married spiders?
Webs.
Wow. Wow. All right. I'm shut down.
That one was a thinker, I will say.
Am I jamming right now? Because I feel shut down. All right.
Alright, and speaking of jammers getting shut down, it does look like Rock Solid is in the box, making this a power jam for St. Louis Beekeepers. Alright, Terminus may have been in the box, but now he is put back together and on the track. That was a real hefty hit on Rolling Thunder, who called that jam after picking up 4 more points. And that was 10 points for the St. Louis Beekeepers, that jam. I believe Rolling Thunder continues to be our highest lead achieving jammer for the St. Louis Beekeepers.
And that's going to be a timeout called by Carolina Wreckage. Tied up on timeouts now. 2 apiece after this timeout is completed. Carolina Wreckage retaining their official review. Still having their official review, not spending their official review.
Hold on to your official reviews. Treasure them. Make them count.
So, Jock, I can't help but notice that Rock Solid is still in the box. I'd like to make a good rock pun, but I don't want anyone to take it for granted.
No, it's okay. I think you've been crystal clear.
Wow.
Shh. Alright, one more quick reminder as we are waiting, our after party location has changed to the pizza spot.
The pizza spot. Just a couple of doors down from our former after party location, Rendezvous, which does have a great outdoor patio. Unfortunately, it is too damn cold, I believe is the official temperature.
That is fair. Hello, Mega Pickle. How are you doing today?
Good.
Yes.
Excellent.
One of our very kind and lovely officials, Mega Pickle, is standing behind us, looking ominously over our shoulders. So, of course, we must interview him. That was a big fall just now. The jam is being called off. Another huge shout out to our medics here. Shout out to our officials, everyone, all that good stuff. While we are waiting for things to pick back up, a couple of stats updates. It looks like, awesome. Jam Room might be, okay, I can't do math. Jam Room and Kilman have both gotten the lead a lot this game, is what my notes say.
Has Kilman not been lead jammer for more than one jam now?
Yeah, I think the only one might have been against Trauma, who is one of the highest, who has one of the highest lead ratios for the Beekeepers, followed only by Rolling Thunder. All right, how Earnhardt and Slam I Am are positioned right next to each other, ready to hit those walls. Okay, it does look like there's an official timeout.
Well, these teams were just raring to go there, and the official said, "Oh, hold your horses."
You know when Nomad tells you to chill, you've got to calm down. right, we are back to it. Wow, the next whistle starts the jam. Did you know that?
Yes, the jam timer just told us.
Wow.
How many seconds, John?
I think we're on like 3 now.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Oh, that is some fast footwork by Sam I Am. All right, that is a penalty on number 1-8 for the Beekeepers, and Hal Earnhardt takes the lead. Meanwhile, another Beekeepers blocker has been called to the box, and for a new one is running Slam I Am to the back of that Wrecking Ball's wall. Some big hits, some big falls. It looks like these two Beekeepers blockers are trying their best to play some O for Slam I Am before trying to catch.
And Hal Earnhardt having no issues on those lines, absolutely feasting. Speaking of feasting, did I tell you about the time I made a dessert out of bug repellent?
And how'd that taste?
It was not very good. It was, in fact, off-putting.
Oh, did you see that really fast juke by Hal Earnhardt? That was crazy. All right, Sam I Am, meanwhile, trying to out-juke that. Cambo tore a new one, and I think Tiny Danger Well. Super fast up at the front, really trying to lock that jammer down. We do have a Beekeepers blocker trying to play some offense, but they are doing some good game IQ, trying to keep Pack from giving their jammer too much trouble. And that was a 16-point jam for Hal Earnhardt.
All right, clock ticking down, close to 5 minutes left in this game. Your score, 199 Carolina Wreckage to 136 St. Louis Beekeepers. A great 16-point jam there.
Absolutely.
By Hal Earnhardt.
Yeah, Hal Earnhardt really earned that.
Earned my heart on that.
True well. And Kilman got a really quick lead there. Is coming around for some points. Rock Solid is running Trauma back. All right, those Wrecking Ball blockers really. And it looks like number 113 for the Carolina Wrecking Balls has been called to the box.
So this is definitely Kilman jumping apex after apex. Scoreboard says Tiny Danger. I'm not sure that that's entirely correct. He's not tiny, very much a danger.
Yes. Oh, wow. And that is a run back by Trauma on Hellman. Meanwhile, we have had a star pass for the Beekeepers.
Star pass to Beekeepers. Diana Slama coming into the back of the box wearing the star. Former pivot. Now going to try to get around this 2-wall. Got a third joining. And Kilman on the outside line. Taking advantage of distracted skaters. Picking up now 20 points on this jam.
All right, it looks like that might be a penalty call on the St. Louis Beekeepers jammer. Wild card, what does that mean?
That means it's a power jam! Power jam for Kilman, and it'll jump over the ankle of Trauma.
And Kilman is eating everyone's lunch. That is the highest scoring jam of this game so far at 28 points.
Absolutely bonkers.
Yup. And I will say shout out to Diana Slama because they did snag 2 points that jam.
Say, Jock, what are you looking forward to at the after party?
Pizza. What about you?
Also pizza. Surprisingly, I am quite hungry.
And central heating, I will say, one of my big preferences, personally.
That's right, fans. Inside the building, it is a crisp 51 degrees right now, and my wool socks are not doing the trick.
Though, shameless plug, can I just say, if you would love to come back here and play us again, but we'd love to also not freeze your toes and fingers and face off. Atlanta Roller Derby, our host league for this event today, is in the process of trying to buy a new space. They are still taking donations. If you go to their Instagram, highly encourage anyone to participate in that. When they get a new home, we will also get a new home, and we would really love some climate control and more bathrooms.
All right, we are under 2 minutes in this game. Your score, 233, Carolina Wreckage to 138, St. Louis Beekeepers. Everybody in the room is on their feet. They are going wild. We are excited.
Yeah! All right, Hal Earnhardt against Slam I Am. This is a jammer combo we have seen before. Oh, and Slam I Am sneaking out on that outside line, now on that inside line, but Hal Earnhardt has secured lead. All right, and Cambo's really giving Slam I Am a run for their money there, but has been called on a forearm. Meanwhile, Slam I Am trying to take advantage of that on the outside line. Hal Earnhardt coming back for some more points. That's a run back by 5150 on Hal Earnhardt. Meanwhile, it does appear that we have had a star pass. And your new jammer has made it out.
Harlot Oscara taking the star.
All right, and the game clock only has 23 seconds on it. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Hal Earnhardt is just racking up those points. All right, that's 4 points for Harlot Oscara. Coming back around, ready to hit that wall.
And we are out of time on the period clock, but still a little over 25 seconds left on the jam clock.
All right, and that is a call-off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give these skaters a hand.
And skaters, please come to us with your MVPs.
Score is not yet official, but currently 247 for Carolina Wreckage, 146 for the St. Louis Beekeepers. A great bout.
Yay!
Say, Jock, did I tell you there's a horse who stays up all night in my neighborhood causing trouble?
And who is this horse?
Well, it's a nightmare. All right, folks, stick around for MVPs. We're going to wait for these teams to have their post-game breakdown, debrief, and then get their MVJ and MVPs to the announcers. Once you're ready, teams, please bring your MVP nominations to us.
Also, one more reminder, in between the next two games, so not this one, but the next one after that, all skaters, please come out to the track for a group photo. Thank you so much.
I don't know about you, Jock, but I've got a sandwich waiting at the Publix deli.
Ooh. See, I was sneaky and ate my lunch during the intermission.
Nice. What did you have?
I had stew.
You had stew?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what kind of sandwich did you get?
I got I think a Cuban.
Ooh.
But I like a light yellow mustard, heavy spicy brown mustard.
Ooh, that is the correct kind of mustard.
I like it a lot.
I'm always very heavy on the horseradish in my mustard milieu.
Yep. The melange of mustards.
Absolutely. So do I.
All right, thank you. Thanks for announcing with me.
Yeah, absolutely.